All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the YouTube channel. It is your boy Bud. Please excuse the face. We've got a broken face, but that's another story. Today, we have AFL26 news. We're going to go through the comparisons as well. I've got a few screenshots. I want to compare some interesting or hidden news that a lot of you will not know. If you haven't already, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Of course, we're going to cover all the AFL26 news. Let's jump straight into it. So the first screenshot we have is the big fella from the Gold Coast Suns, Mac Andrew, okay? Two things I've noticed from it. First of all, celebrations, or hopefully personal celebrations, they'll be in the game. I know in AFL23 we're also given that hint. I'm pretty sure we've seen Charlie Cameron doing the motorbike. Zave Dersman with the bow and arrow. But fingers crossed, we have personal celebrations. Mac Andrew shushing the crowd. So we have our first screenshot. Let me just move myself in the middle. That might be better. On the left, your left, this one. We have AFL23 Mac Andrew. Okay, you should be able to tell the difference. Low-key, AFL26, I can't lie. And not to say the graphics were the issue. They definitely weren't in AFL23. I thought the graphics were pretty good. But they've definitely upgraded. And I know it's hard to say off screenshots because who knows what they can do. I know Photoshop. I bet they do as well. But let's have hope. AFL26 lighting and graphics look so much better than AFL23. Like, it's night and day. But like I said, if they're going to upgrade the graphics and the lighting, as long as that gameplay is improved as well, this game cannot go wrong. So for the first image comparison, that's a massive W. Alrighty, now that takes us into our second image. Well, technically it was the first, but this is the second one I want to show. There's a couple of things that I'll go through in the comparison, but overall, again, this screenshot looks a lot better and a lot cleaner, the lighting and the graphics compared to AFL23. So, let me move again. On the left, man, I'm going to get that confused, is AFL23. On the right, AFL26. Now, I'm going to show you two different images for AFL23. I know it's not the exact same animation and the exact same tackle and whatever, but just work with me here, okay? So, first thing is, like I said, the lighting, a big difference. Don't overthink it though, because like I said, they could have added a filter to this. They could have added, enhancements to the images, whatever the case. But if that's not the case, the game looks unbelievable. Now, as we can see, different tackle animations. I really do like this tackle animation. Hopefully it's not overpowered in the sense that you always get the kick away like you did in AFL 23. Hopefully not. But looks good nonetheless. Now, see the footy. To me, that looks like a general snap off the boot. Just the positioning of the ball looks like a snap off the boot, which is huge because I feel like no matter what way you were facing with your player, they seem to always kick a drop punt unless you did a clearance kick. But in this instant, that looks like a snap off the boot. Now, if we go to the second image, let me just shrink myself down. I need to move out of the way so you guys can see this. But I'm going to move this over, and it's not so much on the player with the ball, but the players off the ball. Okay, so AFL 23, yeah, I guess that's somewhat realistic. You're going to demand the footy if you're open there. But it's the players behind them. You look here, running towards goal, I suppose, yeah. But the Richmond defender, what are you doing? Whereas AFL 26, blocking, defending, finding body, off the ball. I love to see this sort of stuff. So, I know it's a screenshot. I don't want to get too involved into it, but seeing things like this in the background, that's huge. So much more realistic and footy-like, and it just evens the contest, and I really hope that that has to do with a certain tactic in the game. Then we have the last image that I'm going to show, but don't go anywhere because we've got a lot of information to cover still. But we have Jamie Elliot taking that mark, that mark, over Ben Mackay. And I feel like the Bombers got really stitched up, especially myself as an Essendon fan. But there was two images where Essendon were on the back end of things. Mac Andrew and now Jamie Elliott. Beautiful mark. Now, in the comparison, you're going to see something. The tattoos look very similar, but I don't care. It's the thing in the background that excites me the most. All right, AFL 23 left, AFL 26 right. Here's the comparison. I know it's not a great comparison at all. First of all, the AFL 26 image is a bit blurry. And the AFL 23, well, just say it took me 3 quarters and I couldn't get a spec with Jamie Elliott. So we went with this. But you'll see enough here. The tattoos very similar. Doesn't matter. The big thing is the crowd in the background, especially AFL26. They're up and about. Now, I know this isn't a specky, so I wanted to test that theory, and that's where I bring in an actual specky. And this is enter my check, taking a specky. By the way, it doesn't look as good, but yeah. First of all, the speckies are ridiculously different. This is all over him. Looks fantastic. And this one, he's sort of just levitating. Look in the background. Specky, no one's up and about like they are in AFL26. Look at the crowd, man. Look at the crowd. So, I mean, if that's a big thing to play in this game, then I'm all for it, because the realism in the crowd, whether it's a close game, whether it's spectacular marks, kicking great goals, the crowd chanting, whatever it is, it's going to all add to the game. So I'm really hoping that this screenshot shows what the crowd is capable of in this game. Now we move into the information side of things. First of all, if you're getting a Nintendo Switch 2, awesome. AFL26 is going to be available on it. Low key, this is sort of making me want to buy a Nintendo Switch 2 just for the sake of AFL26. I'm not sure what the performance is going to be like on that console, but just keep in mind, it's not going to come out on the May the 8th. That almost wasn't English. Concussion, okay? It's not going to come out on May 8th, but it's going to come out at a later date, so just keep your eye out for that. And as we see going through the article, you see the screenshots here. But the big thing that I'm excited for, and we knew this, but the new bumping and marking systems, I'm really excited to see that in action. A rookie career mode, we know, pro team. I'm not going to go over all that because a lot of you already know that stuff. But this, okay, improved marking and goal kicking mechanisms. That was terrible. Mechanisms. Interchange management, which is very, hopefully, fingers crossed that interchange works. And general gameplay movement improvements. I'm in all sorts, okay? But you get the gist. There's going to be improvements. The game is looking like there's going to be new systems involved, so I'm very excited to see what they are. And if we go down again, commentary has been revealed. Anthony Hudson, Gary Lyon, Daniel Harford, the GOAT, Kelly Underwood, and Jason Bennett to accompany all the action. So there's your commentary. I know a lot of people were keen on who was going to be commentating, but that's everything you need to know. They're your commentators in AFL 26. And, man, that seems to be everything we have for now. But as always, let me know what you think of the news. Are the screenshots of W? Are you excited for AFL 26? And low-key, wish me luck. I'm going for surgery to get this broken face fixed on Tuesday. I'm going to try and cover all the news for you guys. But, yeah, if I'm a couple hours wait, it's probably because I'm under. Anyway, enjoy. Get excited for AFL 26, and I'll see you in the next one.